I am.
All right, welcome everyone to the first episode of Trailer Talks. This is a series I'm going to be starting where each race I'm going to sit down with a different rider, ask them a bunch of questions, and get to know some of our local FMSQ racers. Right now we're trackside at Saint Michel de Saints. We're looking at a couple hundred dirt bikes right now, getting ready to start, and we're here with our first guest of the series. This kid is a very fast up-and-coming rider. He debuted in pro class last year and went on to finish third overall in the whole year in his first ever year racing it. Very impressive. Everyone, welcome Lincoln Tate.
Thank you.
How's it going, Lincoln?
It's good. I'm excited to be here. It's cool that somebody wants to interview me. I kind of feel a little bit special.
Hey,
but
when you're up on top, you get that.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
So we just finished our race here a couple hours ago. You were in that one. How'd you end up?
It was pretty good. Didn't have the greatest of starts. I was kind of like mid-pack, but then worked my way up. I was in fourth, and then my teammate Gabe, he actually he DNF'd, so it bumped me up a spot. But then somebody caught me from behind, so I ended up fourth, and it was good. The track was really, really fast. You really had to go and ride it hard so that the bike handled well.
Yeah.
And I had a couple get-offs. I hit a tree pretty hard, which ended up cracking my frame, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But
that's an expensive mistake.
Yeah, it's a little bit expensive, but in the end, we got good points, and that's important. So yeah,
that's great. Yeah, sounds like we had a pretty similar race. I had a terrible start, and I worked my way up into top 5, and I also hit a tree as well. But I did not crack a frame, luckily.
Yeah.
But yeah, that track, it was rough. It was really rough and dusty.
Oh yeah, real dusty.
How'd your suspension handle all those whoops?
Suspension was really good, actually. How was it? On Tuesday, I went out and rode at this really whooped out sand track, and if I didn't, I would be so screwed. But
made some tweaks.
Oh yeah, because it was way off, but I got it set up like perfectly, and I'm glad I did.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're sitting at what? You got a 6th last race, 6th or 7th?
Oh no.
Like no,
I think I was like 8th or 9th.
But you got a 4 this time, so you're still.
I got 4th. Yeah.
You're still in running for points.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Got to be consistent, basically every race this season. That was my one drop. So.
Well, I think we're done with the really, really bad sand tracks. So
yeah, thank God.
We get a lot more woods after this.
Yeah.
And some moto stuff, which is nice. So you've obviously been racing for a little while. How and when did you get into quad racing?
So when I was really young, I started riding dirt bikes a little bit, but I was mainly always interested in quads. I did a lot of quad riding too, and then when I was about like 7 or 8, I stopped riding dirt bikes because my dad got in a big dirt bike accident. Like he got knocked out, and we ended up selling both of our both of our dirt bikes. So we put a pause to racing, riding, anything for like 4 years.
Okay.
And then our friends who rode the FMSQ series were like, hey, you guys should come out and ride. Check this out, because I was on a Raptor 125 at the time.
Yep.
And then I tried out a race, and then my dad and I ended up liking it. He got himself a dirt bike, four-wheeler. And then it just kind of took off from there.
And he's back on a bike now, eh?
Yeah, he's on bikes now, but he used to ride quads, and he's basically riding bikes so that he can support me during my races.
Nice. Yeah. So how long did it take you when you started on the 450s to go from starting on the 450s to pro?
So I actually started riding a full-size quad. I think it was a year or 2 years early than I should have been.
Yeah.
But I was kind of overriding the 150 that I was on, and I wanted to like kind of kickstart my career. So yeah, I started riding in the C class. I think I was like 14 or something.
Oh, wow.
on a 450, YFC 450. So
that's very young to be on a 450.
Yeah, yeah. It was a big quad, but I got it sorted out.
I was impressed with Felix. Just started racing the 450s this year, and I think he's still 14.
Yeah, that's
and he's fast. I think he actually almost lapped me. He was running in my class, and I think he almost lapped me.
It's a lot of quad for being that small of a rider, like for me or like him or something like that. Like I'm still impressed that I did that at the time. It's kind of scary.
Yeah. Well, it seems to have paid off. You're third overall right now from last year, and in the pro class, which is mad impressive. And you're 17 last year racing that?
Yeah.
So yeah, not even out of high school, and he's already third in Canada.
Yep, graduating this year. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So over the years, what would you say is your overall biggest achievement racing?
Well, last year I won. No, 2 years ago I won the Pro-Am class.
Okay.
So that was pretty big. Like I never had won like a championship before, just because I was always going up through the ranks. Like I raced the C class for half a year, and then I moved up to the A class right away.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of nice to say that I won a championship of some sort. Like get that on my
glass
belt.
Trophy or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that was nice, but moving up to the pro class is a pretty big thing, right? Because like
big jump, yeah.
It's a big jump, and it kind of puts a bit more pressure on you. But
yeah, I know, especially like I started racing way later than you. I started this racing when I was 21.
Yeah.
And I'm working my way up through the ranks right now. I'm in A class, so like I can ride as fast as the pro riders, but only for like a lap.
Yeah.
And you guys hold that pace for 2 hours. Like by the end of 2 hours, I'm like not standing up. I can barely hold on to the quad, and like my lap time is like 5 minutes slower than my first lap. You guys just charge through the whole time.
I don't know. I think we make it look easier than it is. Like today, like I was barely holding on. Like I was saying to my buddy earlier, like in some spots I was holding on with like fingertips and stuff. Like it was, it's a dogfight for all of us. Like it's maybe we make it look easy, but I think we're all in the same boat at the end of the day. We're just kind of moving at different paces. But
I started getting blisters right on where I was holding the grips, and at the end of it, I'm like, I was just holding on with my fingers to try to avoid touching the blisters.
Yeah, it's it can get a little bit gnarly out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of whoops every time you hit a whoop, hitting the blisters. Oh, doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
So what kind of training do you do to keep up that kind of pace?
Well, I kind of have like a good like base. So I've been playing competitive hockey like my entire life since I was like 4 years old.
Yeah,
so
you play for the Junior 67s, don't you?
Yeah, so I played for U18 AAA hockey.
Yeah.
So that was a big step for me this year. It's a lot more intense, and you got to be in pretty good shape to do that. So it keeps me like my cardio good and stuff, and I also go to a sports school where I like play hockey every other day that I'm not working out with the school.
Yeah.
So like I have a good base with hockey, and just being able to work out like 4 or 5 times a week at school and or playing hockey, which kind of gets that cardio better and that sort of thing. And if I'm not at school working out or any of that, I haven't been doing a lot of running or cycling lately, but I've taken up actually swimming.
Oh, wow.
Which is not an easy sport.
No.
If anyone wants to try it.
I suck at swimming.
It is super hard.
Yep.
But I've been doing that with my buddy, and it's actually it's pretty good for some of the muscles that I've been trying to strengthen. But that's about it.
It's a lot of commitment. I like that.
Yeah.
So when you're out there in the pro class in the middle of them, and they're all flying, you got guys riding your tail and you're riding another guy's tail. Like, what's going through your mind? Does any of that scare you, like racing the nose to tail at that pace, or like getting dusted and can't see anything? Does anything scare you anymore, or are you just kind of immune to it all?
I think if you're not scared, you're not going fast enough. Kind of like what Ken Block says, but
I guess I gotta go faster.
Yeah, I've had a lot of my friends that are close to me kind of get injured through racing dirt bikes or four-wheelers or whatever it is, so it kind of makes you think.
Well, like you saw me crash last week.
Yeah, just the other day.
We went out practicing last weekend and I had a really, really bad crash. I'm still hurting from that.
Yeah, so it kind of makes you like second guess how quick you're going, and you don't want to look at the trees too much because then you start getting closer to them and you get scared. But
yeah, you did that today, didn't you?
Yeah, I looked at the tree and I hit a tree, so that wasn't good.
We both hit trees. Both of our bumpers are bent right sideways.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got cut off there. The women's and youth classes were going out, so we waited until after they were all done. But we were talking about what's going through your mind while you're racing. You were mentioning some methods you have to calm yourself down.
Yeah. Actually, a lot of things go through my head. Thinking about my gas stop and what I'm gonna do, like if I'm gonna get goggles, if I'm gonna get gummies in my mouth. I don't even know. And my sister does a whole bunch of random stuff sometimes, so I kind of got to be ready for anything. But I find that whenever I think about like positive things, like let's just say I have 4 laps left, I'll be like, yeah, like I could definitely do 5 laps. Like I try to like convince myself that I'm doing better than I really feel.
Yeah.
And that usually works pretty well. I try to remember like basic things like to breathe, to drink water, to ride smart, you know, just kind of do my own race.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been working out pretty well lately. So that's kind of the gist of it.
Yeah, I know myself, I started focusing, I found I was mouth breathing a lot through the races, and I started focusing on intentionally breathing in through my nose, out through my mouth.
Yeah.
And it helped calm everything down a lot. It helped get some more oxygen in, give you some more energy. That definitely helps a lot.
Yeah, the breathing is huge. Like every time I start breathing, I ride so much better. So
yeah. Got a little kid out here playing.
I hate those bikes.
A little mini
so annoying.
pitter bike. It's so loud.
Like just stay on the gas.
There we go. So, what's your hopes for your racing career? Like, where do you see yourself in, say, 5 years from now?
Yeah, so like I said, I'm graduating this year, so next year is university. I want to go into mechanical engineering, so that's going to be
That'll take
a
some
hefty
time.
course.
Take some time away from your racing for
I
sure.
hope not. But yeah, and I guess I'll just kind of see where the flow goes there, but I'm going to try to do my best to stay where keep the speed that I have or get better.
Yeah.
I just kind of got to time manage around that.
So you're kind of like pretty content with where you're at. You don't want to be going down and racing Bryce and Neil kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be awesome.
No, that would be great, but and that would be the ultimate goal. But I'm just seeing where it goes right now, riding the wave.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Speaking of quad racing down in the States, it looks pretty big down there right now, but I mean, obviously up in Canada, it's quite a bit smaller. Here at FMSQ, it's probably the biggest quad racing venue in all of Canada.
Yeah.
Where do you think quad racing is going now that like Yamaha is the only one still making them and there's not really any brand competition? Do you think it's dying out, or do you think it's starting to come back now?
For a little bit. So before COVID, it was booming pretty good. Like there was quite a lot of ATVs at the races, but once after COVID hit, there was a huge decline in like the amount of racers that were here. They even like removed a class because of it. And I know that some manufacturers are coming out with some new quads at some point. I don't know. I've just heard.
I've heard some rumors. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be really good for the sport. But I think that right now it's going up. Just with looking at all the races and stuff, like the amount of people that are attending, it keeps on going up every year. Like this year, it's getting pretty big, and Yamaha is getting involved with sponsoring the series and stuff. So I think it's actually going up. So it's in a healthy zone right now.
And you also have now the 4x4 classes are starting to grow. So down in the States, it's starting to get pretty big, and you have a lot of brands competing in that, and a lot of brands actually making dedicated race 4x4 quads now. And then just this year, we debuted the 4x4 class here in FMSQ. It's still small, 6 riders or so, but do you think that'll grow?
I think so, yeah. Like, it's just like anything. You know, they had the e-bike class start, like 3 years ago or something, and there wasn't that many people there. But just every year, it just, like, grew exponentially. So
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's going to be the exact same thing. I think that they're hoping to get the manufacturers involved, like Can-Am or like Polaris or Yamaha, something like that. So,
Well, I know
that'd be good.
I know down in the States, I think GNCC only debuted 4x4 like 5 or so years ago.
Yeah.
And already I think they've got like 5 or 6 lines of 4x4s.
Yeah, which is nuts.
Like up to like, I think over 100 4x4s,
Yeah.
which is like more than we have all together here, right? So
And the 4x4s, they rip if they're
they're
like,
fast, yeah.
You gotta put a lot of money into them, but they rip whenever they're set up nice. Like my
Yeah,
dad,
for sure.
he used to ride a 4x4, and he really enjoyed that. Like, it'd be cool to try one of those out and like actually get used to it and like get it all set up, because I think that they would be actually a pretty cool quad to ride.
I tried riding one of those Can-Ams there last year through some trails, and they rip. It's like you can go just as fast as you do on these things, but it feels like you're floating on a cloud.
Yeah.
Like it's so smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, don't want to take up too much of your time here. So last question here. If you could give yourself as a racer just starting out one piece of advice, what would that advice be?
Okay, well, there's a lot of things that I could say,
What would be the
but
main
I'm gonna
thing
say like
that you
I'll
could...
say like one thing, and then I'll do like 3 little points off of it. So
Okay.
you kind of just gotta like be really smart. So I didn't know a lot of people coming into this racing, so knowing the right people is good. So make friends with people who know a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
because if you don't, you're gonna end up wasting a lot of money, a lot of time, and because I bought a lot of stuff that was useless, and also I could have bought other things that would have like ended up making me save money and not have to buy as many of them. So know the right people, make friends, because the quad community is pretty like helpful. Like there's not a lot of help out there, and so everyone knows that that's where they all started from, right? So everyone kind of wants to help. If you're gonna do it, or no, wait, what was the question?
What would you give yourself advice?
Oh,
just
my
starting out?
self-advice.
Yeah.
So yeah, know the right people.
What do you think could have advanced your career quicker? Although you already had a very fast career.
Yeah.
But what do you think could have helped you out faster just starting out?
Not take as many like baby steps as far as like buying parts and stuff. Like, I don't know, like
Kinda bite the
you
bullet.
kind of have to like bite the bullet sometimes and just get the right part that makes the quad fast. Don't like get a band-aid fix for it. Like,
Yeah, I know just last week I was trying your quad out a bit. and
Yeah.
I kind of always thought the steering dampener is like, oh, it helps a bit, but it's like, it's not worth the money. And then after trying your quad, it's like, okay, it's worth the money. And you were like, yeah, just bite the bullet, do it, it'll help you.
Bite the bullet, because most of the time those expensive parts are really good.
Yeah.
And also the other thing is like just train. Like you can't just ride and expect for you to be like super fast. You have to be like muscularly strong and do your stretching, do your mobility work and stuff like that, because that's like half of the goal.
Oh, yeah.
Is being mobile enough so that you can race well, but also be flexible enough so that you don't get hurt and get injured.
That's
because
a huge thing.
I've been injured a lot, and it's basically just because I was neglecting doing the stretching and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Well, even the crash I had last week with you, like, I feel like if I wasn't keeping up on my fitness, I probably would have had broken bones there. It was that bad of a crash. So it's a huge thing, be in shape to do this. Yeah. So that's what you'd give yourself advice starting out?
Yeah, and also like be really figure out what you want to do like during your races, like hydration and stuff like that. Like hydration is huge for me. Like before the races, I'm like drinking like what was it? I think it's a gallon or a gallon and a half of water a day mixed with electrolytes.
Before
and
the race, yeah.
do your research on what like electrolytes are good and stuff like that. And fueling your body is really important too. Like eating the right foods before drinking getting your electrolytes in, and that's about it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, obviously you've had a pretty successful racing career so far. It was great being able to talk to you. But before we go, you have any sponsors or supporters you'd like to give a shout out on the podcast?
Ooh,
I know you have a lot of sponsors. I don't know if we have time for them all. But you're big supporters. You want to give a shout out?
My key ones. My dad is my right hand man.
Still got some sand in there.
I think so, or a fly. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, my dad, he helps me like all the time in the garage, and he's really the main person that got me into riding.
Yeah.
And he keeps me on the track, and makes a lot of sacrifice in order to make me able to be successful in this so quickly.
Yeah.
As well as my family, my mom, my sister. They help me out a lot at the races, and they always support me. Even when times are tough, they're always there. The whole Quad Expert family, they're huge supporters of me, and they're a family to me. I see them all the time, and they're really in it for the best of me, and they made it so that I was able to get the connections with Gab and everyone else, and well, those were good.
Yeah, Gab's a good connection to have.
What else?
Shout out to Gab.
HMF exhaust. Those guys stepped up a lot this year, and they're helping me out a lot with their sweet gear. Their exhaust. They're from bumpers. Who else? Precision Racing, LS4, ATV4 Play. I'm running their A-arms this year. They're working really well. NRTech suspension. Nick at NRTech is the best, dude. Like, if you're gonna get your suspension done through anyone, I've been through a lot of different companies, and if I could do it all over again, I would go through Nick.
Another piece of advice.
Nick knows his stuff on dirt
NRTech
bikes.
suspension.
Yeah, he knows his stuff on ATVs and dirt bikes.
Nick helps me out too. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Who else we got? Nifty 5. Nifty 5 makes amazing gloves. I've been running them even before I was sponsored by them. I was running them for 2 years, and those things are just the best. And don't waste your money on other companies. Go for a Nifty 5. They're nice and tight. Who else? Callus Moto. They make amazing gear. Super flashy, super eye-catching, really comfortable. LaMarche Electric. He is a very nice guy who sponsored me. This is his second time this year, and I'm really appreciative for his support. And
I think you got a big one on the side there that helps you out a little bit.
Yeah. That's about it.
Yeah. Quad Expert helps you out too a lot.
They're huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty good. They help out a lot of racers here. Gab, Jason, and a bunch of them. They're cool guys. So
Really
check
nice.
them out. So yeah, that was the first episode of Trailer Talks. If you're still here, thanks for watching, and stay tuned. Another 2 weeks, I'll interview another rider at the next race and go for dunes. So thanks for watching. Lincoln Tate, everyone. See you in the next one.
See you later.